Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Good afternoon. Um, ladies and gentlemen, how are you? Good afternoon. Merry Christmas to every one of you listening to me. And may God bless you in the coming year. This will be the last brief for the year 2022. And after that, we will go into the new year on the final lap for the elections. The purpose of this brief today is to review all we have said in the last 1 year or thereabouts. Once again, let me introduce myself or reintroduce myself. My name is Adelani Adeniji Adele. I host Ibile Eko Panorama on Facebook and Ibile Eko Panorama podcast on Anchor. And I've often stated that my blog is local and it concerns everything that has to do with Lagos State, because that is where I am from. Everything about the state affects me, and I have a dream. That's my ultimate objective, that by the year 2023, possibly after the elections, and possibly when the government is in place, any indigene of Ibile Eko, meaning anybody, an indigene from Isale-Eko, or let me say Ikeja, Badagry, Epe, Lagos, and Ikodu, we have no reason to feel neglected. So I want to include every resident of Lagos State. Today's brief will be a brief, and I actually want to recap a lot of things that I've said in the last 1 year when I tried to sensitize voters about what to expect during the campaign season, about what to look out for during the campaign season and when they're making their choices. I've spoken about character. I've spoken about antecedents. I've spoken about what the Lord wants, what Lord God wishes for you and me. I've said that in all the holy books, there is no place in the holy book that God says man should suffer, or that God says that man should not reap from the fruits of their labors. And there is no place in the holy book that says that oppressors, reactionaries will go unpunished. I've asked viewers to look at every aspect of their lives. Be it when you want to send your children to school, be it when you want to go to the market, be it when you want to go by road, transport, infrastructures, be it when you want to go to the hospital. These are things that are deserving of a very good society, and which every leader, anybody who professes to lead you or has led you, should provide. I've warned my viewers to also be careful of cosmetics campaign, where you will start seeing last minute wonders. You start seeing lots of propaganda, and you start seeing a lot of attractions just to get your votes. I've told my leaders, my readers, my listeners, that there is a need for them to be very careful this time around. And more importantly, I've told my listeners that my major concern is about Lagos State. I'm not involved in national politics. I know where my sympathies are, but that is not an issue for this discourse. For this discourse, I am an advocate of good governance. I'm an advocate of advancement of the rights and privileges of an indigene of the state. On this blog, I spare nobody my views. I see it as it is. I've made enemies and I've made lots of friends. But I'm happy that we are starting a discourse, and we'll continue doing it. I have asked questions because my sermons, my briefs, have touched every angle. I've been accused of several things. Some I do care, some I don't care. I have accused that if I criticize anybody in government or anywhere, it's because they are collateral damage. If it happens that a particular people have been in party for 20-something years and we are pinpointing faults, it is not personal, it is collateral damage. No harm is meant. I have said it. Lagos has been said to be the richest state in Nigeria, the something largest economy, I forgot the position now, in Africa, this and that. In the other side too, Lagos has shown characteristics of a slum, characteristics of faithless, characteristics of how not to govern, characteristics of how not to spend money. So it's both ways have been considered. And during this electoral campaign, my brothers from Lagos State who are in this government, have challenged them to come up with assurances that things will improve next year when we vote in new leaders that will run the affairs of the state for the next 4 years. Because things cannot just continue to be as it is. They admonished me that I was critical, and I'm asking them to give us solutions. And we will start looking at the solutions when we resume next year for the final stretch of the elections. More significantly too, I asked people, most of them, we are so divergent in our views, in the things we are looking for. What exactly do we want? Okay, now we have about 5, 6, 10 parties now. I'm happy for one thing. Let me just digress there. It's not a perfect thing yet. But this election will witness the highest number of indigenes contesting. Interestingly, all the parties have recognized this as a fact, as a need that they must address. So the big question is this: from next year, January, which is about a week from now, election is about less than 3 months away. Àwọn obìnrin kò gbọ́dọ̀ sọ nǹkan tí à ń wá. Because my prayer is that tá a máa dìbò lọ́tẹ̀ yìí, ṣé káwọn ọmọ Èkó ní idea of what they really want and will vote in one place. It's a show of strength. I'm not one of those people that believe that we're a minority in this state. Even if we're a minority, you must be a perfect, powerful minority that is worth listening to. Ilé Abawani. But kí làwọn ọmọ Èkó ń fẹ́ wọn gan? That's the message I'm going to leave you guys for this year. Okay, now I know we don't want to be marginalized. That one is sure. But then, let's ask ourselves the questions. All the parties are going out. There have been some interesting talks, which I have highlighted. If you listen or go and check my past commentaries. Today is not for me to make new comments that are such, but to recall and recap what I have said in the past. Kí làwọn ọmọ Èkó kí la fẹ́? What are our expectations from these politicians? I wish as ọmọ Èkó I could just wake up one day and donate 700 million to a party, personal donation to a party for the elections. I don't know how many of Zomobiligo can do that. But it's on record that somebody who is not Omeko, somebody who is aspiring to be governor of a state that is not Lagos State, but that all his life are benefited from Lagos State, I decided to donate 700 million to a particular party in another state. There have been instances that our resources have been taken away, and we are complaining, and we are here to determine what we want. The last 22 years of Lagos State governance, we have promoted so many people outside our state to prominence using our resources. Yes. I wish our Mekula need such privileges. Maybe it's part of the wrongdoings, in quotes. Maybe Lagos would have been a better place. Lagos State had made governors outside the state. Lagos State had made senators outside the state. Lagos State had made House of Rep members outside the state. And of course, Lagos State had made a vice president that is not indigenous to the state. Our resources spoke. It shows our strength. So you can imagine if we are managing these resources ourselves, and we have this overwhelming power to make ourselves relevant in the history of Nigeria. We've been relevant. If you go by history, Lagos was it. Lagos was it. But no longer are we. The pride of Lagos is being claimed as the pride of an individual. There was a time when we eulogized Brigadier Mobale Johnson, when we eulogized Alhaji J.K. LKJ, where we eulogized a host of Lagosians who had done exemplary well in the world society. Professor Teslim Elias comes to mind. Professor Awojobi comes to mind. Several other people that we know who is who in Nigeria comes to mind. Because Lagos promoted them. There is sense of belonging to the community. I wish that is still the situation. So my appeal today is that while we are in this holiday season, Temajomeko, let us give a thought to the plan of Omeko. Let us look at the whole scenario and agree as one, as our need, as what we want. Some of you may dispute it. Lagos State is the only state in the federation where an indigene is not in control. Where an indigene is not the deputy, not the governor, not the speaker. They will dispute this with me. Because, like my friend Professor Smith used to say, I have postulated it in several areas. You cannot be an indigene to two states. The indigene state regime. You can't be born by an Ogun man from Ogun State. And you enjoy all the privileges of being an Ogun State, including buses, whatever. But when it comes to you taking what is ours, you want to claim that your mother is from Lagos. That is, you are claiming to be an indigenous of two states. It's not, it's illegal. I will never be down law. So Lagos State is the only state. I repeat it. That is not to say that I have a commitment on anybody. So imagine we utilizing our power at Omeko. Somebody, I repeat, somebody gave 700 million to a party. Even my brother don't can't even will think twice before he does it. But it happens. So for how long do you want to do this? It's a thing that Lagos has made so many people from other states. No, somebody has made so many people from other states. I would say Lagos State has made so many people from other states. Because our resources is the key. Why can't we make ourselves now? My intention is not to tell you what to do when you go to the polls. But we'll get there next year. We'll get that aggressing. Here is for me to recap all we have done. We have been through too many groups. The Village Summit Group, the co-foundation, they call this, they call that. There's proliferation of everything. So many indigenous groups, so many indigenous clubs. I even went ahead, if I recollect, pay our date I'm matching here. I just said day, Ṣókùn day, Akíṣẹ́mọ́nì day, Ìkòròdú day, Ẹ̀pẹ́ day, that day. Kí la fi achieve? I'm drinking. Kadawo Karaso. We making àwọn kọ́ra yẹn kọ́ lówó yìí now. Kí la jókòó ǹjẹ́ arórí day tá à ń ṣe ǹjẹ́ arórí? Pé we can effectively use this this events to advance the cause. Tí ẹni wọn bá kò. I know of several clubs tó jẹ́ tó wà lẹ́kọ̀ọ́. Some are very serious, some discuss ọ̀rọ̀ mẹ́kọ̀ọ́. Some fàájì ni. But mo ń bẹ̀ wá ẹ jẹ́ ká lo this youth-side period individually and as a group. Ká fi ro kan tí àwọn ọmọ Èkó ta fẹ́. Ká bá gbé ọmọ Èkó méjì mẹ́ta síta pé kí la fẹ́. Hardly don't have any consensus. But we know our problems, so we know what we want. We know our problems. Kò sí ọmọ tó fẹ́ ta ogun bàbẹ́. Kò sí ọmọ nínú wa tó fẹ́ di akólítà. Kò sí ọ̀kan wa tó gbà pé tí ò mọ̀ pé ọmọ kéré òkò ń jẹ́ kọ̀yà. We know what we want. But so we are too divided. Àwọn kan kò ṣeé ṣe. Àti kéré jù, àpọ̀ tó, àpọ̀ jù, kéré ní nǹkan wa o. I don't agree. So let's use this period. I've said it. I'll keep on because that's the purpose of today's talk. Is to recap everything that is sọ sẹ́yìn. Kàmá wà náà kàn sọ̀rọ̀ ni. Ẹ jẹ́ ká jókòó ẹja bá a ti ń sọ ẹgbẹ́ mi kan wà tá à ń sọ kí ni ẹ pé ká jókòó and have a conference of ọmọ Èkó and decide what exactly we want. And sorry, gentlemen, I got cut off. And let's use this outside. Cafe below and fair. Many groups are saying it. After Mekumbe, after Macron, Uncle Waje, Killer one no fair. I have an idea of what I want for Lagos. For Ebileko. One of them is for the right people to be in government. Another one is that in government, we must have the right of forced refusal. And I will touch on that one next year. Because our government do ìlú Èkó lọ. And these are some of the demands to be káwa ọmọ Èkó tẹ́ ń wò mí tẹ́ máa gbọ́ mi eventually. Tàbá máa lọ dìbò wa. A sì máa sọ nǹkan sọ́lẹ̀ ni. You must have that right of first refusal. A sì máa sọ. Any kálukú wa ẹ máa kà máa rò mo máa bì lọ́wọ́ wa. You can even, when you are making comments now or thereafter, tell us what you think of Èkó, kí làwọn Èkó ń wá. Why we pariwo yìí tá à ń pariwo lé ní lọ́tún. Àló ń dùn wá. Àwọn làtọ́ máa lọ ṣerú. Àwa lè lọ́ máa lò àwọn ọmọ ṣerú ó lè ń dùn wá. Bí wọ́n mú wa kó jáde kó lọ sí Kogi State. senator somebody had been in government since 1999 in Lagos State government, from House of Assembly to House of Rep to Senate in Lagos State. He's now going to Ogun State for senator. One stupid governor in Ogun State had the F-1 I can go on and on and on and on and on. Also, by the way, tomorrow back way, Ọlọ́run fún kẹ́ èèyàn ní wa, Demola Siriki, tó jẹ́ pé Ọlọ́run ní about a week ago. He was a good man, and painful as it is, the will of God had to be done. We are losing our young ones. Mo pray pé Ọlọ́run tó ń gbà wọ́n náà a máa gbé àwọn newer young ones dìde. Ìlú Èkó yìí ò ní já sí asán, kò lè dáwóró. Torí we have lost quite some of them. But lágbára Ọlọ́run lọ́dọọdún làwọn ọmọ máa pọ̀ sí. And ìtàbá lose Ọlọ́run á fi ìrọ́pò méjì sí fún wa. Demola Siriki, I will only say that you should rest in peace. God needs you at this time. That's why I took you away. God rest your soul. I can continue, guys. So, kí mi fẹ́ parí ọ̀rọ̀ mi púpọ̀. Tí ó yẹ ní ọdún la wà. So very soon, a máa bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní àwọn àlejò. A sọ̀rọ̀ kan again ní amúnẹ́gbẹ́ kan, ìbílẹ̀ Èkó Summit Group. We spoke about special status for Lagos State. Like I said, one sọ. Ǹjẹ́ àwọn ọmọ Èkó ráyè dúró however wo kò tí ó ń jẹ́ this special status for Lagos State? What it entails, what we can gain, what we are losing, and how it is going to affect your life and my life. And a lot of this issue of Èkó being this Lagos State being the bí ìyọ̀kọ́ni sọ tó ní àmùsá ní ìlú Èkó olófin àjẹ àwa wáyé ìtajọ́ mẹ́kọ́ dájẹ́ pé nílé àbáwọn ń gbájú wa, because Èkó ní everybody rọrí wa. And I think we start thinking of demanding for special status for Lagos State. Obo kini mo kon touch eni o. Torí mi ò ní, I want to get out of this brief as soon as possible, because it's a Christmas day, and I know pé fàájì máa wà. Ọlọ́run á dẹ̀ fún wa ní ẹ̀mí àtàlàfíà láti tún dé another Christmas. Last one, Palamari, bọ́jọ́ náà Èkó. Ẹ ká ro dáadáa o. Ẹ ká ro dáadáa o. Ẹ ká ro dáadáa o. 2023, we must make the best decisions. The best decisions that will favor Ìbílẹ̀ Èkó. We must put in officials there who will not take your land and redesign it for another purpose. We must take decisions on personal who will not do cosmetics development for us. We must use our people. Gbogbo parties in ló níyàn tó dáa náà níyàn burúkú. Wọ́n tó jẹ́ ọmọ ìbílẹ̀ wa. But we must act sensibly. Every against you balu. Sensibly. You come at the young person boy, sensibly, you know. But I just can't resist hitting that there. You know, we must vote sensibly and look at every aspirant. We have about 3 parties now that I think they have leading candidates. APC, PDP, and Labour. I can say for certain that Ìbílẹ̀ is represented fairly well. Mama Loro fairly well anyway. When you put that in conjunction with what I said earlier. Below that, we do the government kind is hello what that àwọn kan gbàtọ́ mi kú. Again, it's not for me to tell you what to do. Hello review and continue gbogbo àwọn Èkó that in saw the last 1 year. What we need, what we have seen, how we have been marginalized, how our money has been spent, how this, how that, how this, how that. And let's use this Odun Christmas Day and think very seriously about Lagos. Both indigenous and residents. We deserve better. Since I said this is my last brief for this year, and since I've said that I want everybody to be reflective of what happened, I will just advise also that you take note of happenings, news, comments everywhere. That will aid you in getting to a better decision. I thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for listening to me. Don't just listen to me. Don't just listen to me. Reflect. Tẹ́bá lọ ṣe Èkó Day, Ṣókùn Day, ẹlẹ́gbẹ́ ẹlẹ́yẹ Day, Ọláníyọ̀sún Day. Ẹ rántí pé ẹ spare a moment out of the merry yẹn kẹrò ọ̀rọ̀ ìbílẹ̀ Èkó. Ẹ̀yin tẹ́ bá lọ sí ilé bàbá mi ní bí wọ́n ti ṣe ìṣẹ̀ṣe yẹn lágbára wà jù. Ẹ má lọ sọ ìṣẹ̀ṣe kan fi ṣe tradition lásán tó máa gbó wá fún yín tẹ́ máa jó the best dancer kọ́ ló fi ṣe. Tẹ́ bá dé bẹ̀ tẹ́ bá dé Òṣùgbó lọ bóyá ọba Ọ̀kà lọ anywhere tẹ́ bá wọ̀ ẹ ká rò nípa community wa. Ẹ ká decide láàrin ara wa. Ká wo what is best for us. And let's send that message out. This one is yours, gentlemen and ladies. See you next year by God's grace. Whatever.